So you've likely heard the pretty remarkable news, and like you, we're really keen to understand what it all means, the deeper implications.
Absolutely. It's a genuinely extraordinary moment, isn't it?
hmm
The election of the very first American Pope.
Cardinal Prevost, yeah. Now Pope Leo XIV.
hmm A huge development for the Catholic Church, historically speaking.
Exactly. And we know you, our listener, you value getting right to the core of things quickly and thoroughly. So this deep dive, that's exactly what we aim to do.
Right. We want to cut through some of the noise, the initial reactions, maybe.
Yeah, focus on what really matters here. We're using some excerpts from a CNN YouTube transcript. It captured those very first moments.
Our mission, if you like, is to get past just the announcement. We want to explore the real significance of this election.
And take a look at what Pope Leo XIV actually said in his initial address. What insights can we get from that?
Precisely.
Okay, so let's dive in. I mean, the headline alone is, wow, the first American pope in history.
It really is something. When you think the Bishop of Rome, born in Chicago.
Right, and the 267th successor to St. Peter, it lands with some real historical weight.
And you could feel that weight in the CNN report, couldn't you? The language they used.
Oh, yeah. Extraordinary moment. Stunning.
And the reporter even mentioned people being moved to tears.
Yeah.
It shows just how much this departs from, well, centuries of tradition.
It really makes you wonder, what does this shift actually signify going forward?
Well, let's look at the man himself. Cardinal Prevost, he wasn't exactly an outsider to the Vatican's workings, was he?
No, not at all. He was heading up the Vatican's office for bishops, the dicastery for bishops, and the council for bishops. Pretty significant roles.
Big administrative and oversight responsibilities within the church structure, yeah.
But what also stands out is his background before that, right? His time in Peru.
Yes, that's particularly interesting. Years as a bishop and missionary there, Bishop of Chiclayo.
So he's got this direct, firsthand engagement with the church in a completely different setting, culturally, socioeconomically.
That global perspective, yeah, rooted in actual pastoral work on the ground. It's a fascinating part of his story.
And don't forget his leadership role in the Augustinian order worldwide.
Another key point, that's a major international religious order, long, influential history.
So you put all that together, the CNN report described him as, what was it? An experienced and wise leader.
Who can bring together people from different points of view.
Yes, and in an institution as vast and diverse as the global Catholic Church.
That ability, that skill for bridge building, well, it's going to be absolutely crucial, isn't it?
You'd certainly think so. It seems like there is a positive vibe around the announcement, too.
The mention of Cardinal Cupich from Chicago looking quite happy.
Yeah, it gives you that little glimpse, doesn't it? The personal side of such a massive institutional moment.
Right. Okay, so then there's the name he chose, Leo the 14th.
Mm-hmm. And papal names. They're never just picked out of a hat, are they? No, they always signal something. An intention, a connection to a legacy.
And Leo the 13th. Well, that's a very significant connection to make. Late 19th, early 20th century.
He's really known for tackling the social issues of his day, right? Catholic social teaching, the response to the Industrial Revolution.
Exactly. His encyclical Rimro Novarum, that was huge. Spoke out for workers, put the church on the side of the poor.
So by choosing that name, Leo XIV, he could be signaling what, a desire to maybe continue that focus or reinterpret it for today.
It certainly suggests an emphasis on social justice in our current global context.
Like the CNN reporter said, that is a big statement.
It really is. It implies a continuity, perhaps, with a papacy known for engaging with tough social questions.
And you add that to the surprise factor. Most people expected maybe an Italian pope.
That was the common expectation, yes.
Yeah.
So an American choosing this name, it adds layers of intrigue, doesn't it?
Points towards a potential evolution, maybe, in the church's global identity, its priorities.
Could be. So how does all this, the history, the background, feed into his very first address as Pope?
Well, he started with, "Peace be with you all, my dearest brothers and sisters."
A familiar greeting, of course, but context is everything.
It immediately echoes, as the report noted, the first greetings of the resurrected Christ, the Good Shepherd.
Setting a foundational theme right away, peace, rooted deep in Christian belief.
And he wanted that peace, he said, to enter our hearts and your families, and to all those people, wherever they are, at all peoples throughout the world.
Wow, that's incredibly inclusive, universal right from the get-go.
And notice how he described that peace, not just absence of war, but
The peace of the resurrected Christ.
mm-hmm.
A humble and perseverant peace which comes from God, emphasizing its divine source, but
Mhm.
also its active, enduring quality.
Yeah,
God who loves us all unconditionally.
that's powerful. He also gave a nod to his predecessor, didn't he?
Yes, referencing the weak voice of Pope Francis that blesses Rome, and then extending that blessing globally. A gesture of respect, continuity.
Definitely. And then came some really core themes. He said,
God loves us. God loves everyone. Evil will not prevail. That's a strong message.
very strong. We are all in the hands of God. Therefore, without fear, united hand in hand with God and amongst ourselves, let us go forward. Hope, resilience.
And unity, collaboration.
Yes. Help us and all others to build bridges with dialogue, with meeting.
To be one common people living always in peace. That speaks directly to today's world, doesn't it? The need for connection.
Building bridges, dialogue, encounter sounds like a very collaborative approach he's signaling.
Seems that way. He also specifically thanked Pope Francis
And the cardinals.
and the cardinals, who have chosen me to be the successor of Peter and to walk with you as a united church.
Always seeking peace and justice, and importantly, seeking to work with men and women who are faithful to Jesus Christ without fear, to proclaim the gospel, to be missionaries. That missionary aspect is key.
And identifying himself as a son of St. Augustinian, that felt significant too. Very. And quoting Augustine, Sono Cristiano with you. I am a Christian, and for you, a bishop. Augustine stressed community. The bishop is servant.
So it suggests a leadership model based on shared faith, service.
The idea of walking together seems central to his vision, yes.
Then he greeted the Church of Rome specifically.
Stressing the need to seep together to be a missionary church, a church that builds bridges and dialogue, always ready to accept.
Using that image of St. Peter's Square, this great piazza with its arms like open
A
arms.
powerful symbol of welcome outreach. His desire to show our charity presence and be in dialogue with love reinforces that.
And it was really noticeable him switching to Spanish.
Absolutely. Greeting his dearest beloved, that diocese in Peru, highlighting his personal history, that deep connection to Latin America.
It grounds his global message and personal experience.
And then broadening out again. All you brothers and sisters of Rome, of Italy, of the entire world. The call to be a senator church, I think maybe that means synodal, walking together.
Yeah. Could be. One which goes forward and which always seeks peace, charity, and to be close to those who suffer. Constant themes.
Reinforcing mission, compassion, a dynamic church.
And he finished by mentioning the supplication to the Madonna of Pompeii, invoking Mother Mary.
Yes, situating this new beginning within that strong tradition of Marian devotion, asking her to accompany and help.
It kind of brought everything together, didn't it? Peace, unity, outreach, tradition.
And the final prayer for this new mission for the entire church and for peace in the world, ending with a Hail Mary. It encapsulates the hope, but also the huge tasks ahead.
So summing up, I mean, it's undeniably historic. First American Pope, Leo XIV.
A name choice heavy with historical meaning, suggesting a focus on social teaching.
And an opening address just packed with themes of peace, unity, global mission, dialogue, love.
It really is a fascinating blend, isn't it? Established tradition, but maybe potential for fresh perspectives shaped by his unique background.
Which leads us right to that final thought for you listening. Considering everything as background, American, Latin American experience, that name choice tied to social justice.
What do you think? What might be the defining focus areas for his papacy?
And maybe, how might that American perspective for the first time in this role, how might it uniquely shape the global church going forward?
Definitely something to reflect on. It's a moment that invites us all to watch closely what comes next.